If you're looking for companion care at home, there's a new option, Papa, that offers greater flexibility than traditional home care agencies. Some have even deemed it the Uber of home care. Today I'll be talking with Austin Burch, head of client operations for Papa, to learn more about this service, how it works, and where this company is going. To get things started out, just for anyone who's watching who's maybe not familiar with Papa, could you tell us a little bit about what it is, who it serves, and what Papa does?
Sure. So Papa, what we are, we're an age tech technology. So we provide support to all families and older adults throughout their aging journey. So Papa, traditionally, we started as a companionship care support. So we take older adults to their grocery or to go get groceries, take them to their doctor's appointments, really provide all this assistance up to medical care. We have expanded posts or outside of just the older adult market, also serving mothers and children, the Medicaid market, as well as employer markets, providing respite care. So Papa really is this end-to-end companionship and support platform. And our kind of slogan is a family on demand. So we're extension of family for when you can't be there.
Yeah, I honestly, I really love that slogan because in writing about Papa, I'm often wondering like where to classify it in the continuum of home care. And I think you guys kind of made your own new thing there.
Totally.
And so where did Papa begin?
Conceptually, we started really out of an idea of Andrew Parker, our founder. He was dealing with a situation that many of us do. His grandfather, who he called Papa, was aging in place, suffering from Alzheimer's, and needed a little extra attention and support. Now, Andrew and Papa would have described himself as a very proud yet stubborn older adult who resisted the idea of being cared for. So, he's aging in place, starting to regress a little bit cognitively. So he needed that support. Now, Andrew and his family started having these conversations with Papa and said, hey, we're going to bring you an individual over to the home because we can't be those caregivers, because they were growing another telehealth solution at the time. So unable to be those caregivers, they hired a home health nurse or a CNA because they wanted Papa aging in place. Now, when a nursing individual showed up in a nursing outfit, Papa was, he had it. He was upset. Like, no, I'm not old enough. I don't need help. Andrew Parker had this great idea where a couple doors down, a college student was home for her summer semester. And he reached out and he said, hey, my grandfather, he doesn't need toiletry, bathing, any type of clinical support. He just needs someone to go over there, watch over him, take him to the doctors, take notes on his experience, report that back to his family, take him out to eat, go out to dinner, go to the movies, just be a friend, be a companion, play chess, keep him mentally stimulated. And Papa, who previously hated, having someone there, loved this. So much so that he started, although he would forget her name at times, would always introduce her to his friends and family as this is my granddaughter. So yeah, exactly. So not only that is that kind of the cute moment, that was the light bulb. Our two co-founders officially launched the solution in October 2017. I joined in November 17 as the first employee. And then we took it to market in January 2018 as a direct consumer product. So everyone, or not everyone, but individuals within South Florida had access to Papa services to purchase for their senior loved one. And our original slogan was grandkids on demand, based off of how Papa had interacted with his Papa Pal.
Yes.
Since then, we have gained a lot of traction with other health plans and Medicare, Medicaid, and employers. And as kind of previously stated, we have really extended now into this family on demand model.
Wow, that's a great origin story right there.
Yeah.
And I think a story that a lot of people can relate to, especially with regard to being hesitant towards finding care. And so just another kind of contextualizing question. When most people think of home care, you think of like the home care agencies. A lot of them even ones that don't offer like specialized care, the ones that offer companion care. How does Papa compare to those types of agencies?
So we are not home health care. And we're really targeting SDOH or social determinants of health. So we're targeting these kind of efforts outside of just clinical care. So specialized and concentrated around companionship and support, making sure we're looking out for at-risk situations, identifying these situations, providing either these escalations over to the respective health plan, the caregiver, or individual within the home. So we're identifying, looking for there's a potential fall risk or a notion of food insecurity because food is spoiling in the fridge. So our pop-up pals are really these more trusted advisors. They're, again, to continue to lead our mission, is more of an extension of family. So they're here really looking out for that companionship component. So from the experience side, it's more of this traditional family-like experience than your traditional home healthcare, which is more there for somewhat clinical support. Outside of just the experience, our technology and the way that we provide the service is much different. Typically through home healthcare or an agency is going to be run through individuals or a smaller platform. We have access across all 50 states. We have an app. So we always say that we are tech enabled. We are, of course, a platform. So our Papa Pals, those that provide the assistance, they receive the request on their app. They're able to pre-screen the request, see exactly what type of assistant they're going to be providing either that day, that week, whatever, the cadence might be. They're able to then pre-meet and kind of contact the member, discuss what the appointment's going to look like, either the member or the caregiver, and then, voluntarily, go out and provide that support. So I'd say the main differentiator is the experience, the target audience, what we're trying to accomplish there, and then also the access of care and how we're really connecting those individuals.
Yeah, I think access was something that really impressed me about Papa from the start, because I don't know if Kara told you, but I've actually been working as a Papa Pal a little bit just to kind of understand how it all works. Yeah. And I thought just with having worked with home care agencies before, the way that you have to book maybe 20 hours a week minimum and the visits have to be this long and you have to commit to this long of a contract, I thought it was really cool that Papa kind of eliminated that like roadblock there.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's very much the, it's not quite on demand, but it's being able to connect individuals in need when is needed. So it's that, bringing gig economy into a workforce, a workplace that really needs it.
It's really tempting to call it like the Uber for home care. It's not quite that immediate, but similar.
It's an easy analogy to kind of make. And then when you get into the nuance and the details, of course, it's, much more in depth than that.
And so that kind of brings me to my next question. So currently Papa, correct me if I'm wrong, but Papa's only available through certain Medicare Advantage and worker plans, right?
We started as a direct consumer product, then we branch out into Medicare Advantage. We are now in Medicaid as well. And then we are also growing a large footprint within employer markets. So providing respite care for individuals, perhaps, use me as an example. My mother or grandmother, they need assistance. I don't need to take time away from my work, being able to have this interview with you. I can actually call a Papa Pal. One of our employee benefits is even Papa. So I can have a Papa Pal go provide that support for me for a loved one. So we're in Medicare, Medicaid, and employers.
Oh, wow, that's great. So it sounds like you're really expanding the access there.
Yeah, exactly.
Are there any plans to expand it to completely open again?
As far as the consumer market, we do largely anchor around our providers. So making sure that we have that concentration, that support in that marketplace of these Papa Pals to provide support for those that need it. So after, let's say, typically a health plan or a provider will give an allotment of hours, somewhere traditionally around 100 to 200 annual hours of service. If the individuals do use up all the hours, they can then purchase additional hours at a consumer rate within that market. So we do have great saturation and reach across all 50 states. As far as direct sole consumer, at the moment, we're not looking to branch that out, but continue to really provide services through our Medicare, Medicaid, and employer outlets.
Sort of on a similar note to expansion, like what is the future for Papa? Are there any plans to expand into healthcare or other more traditionally associated with home care world things?
Yeah, I mean, we really know our audience. We know and love our business. I mean, we are truly anchored around SDOH and the social determinants of health. So somewhat recently, probably about a year and a half ago, we launched a division of care navigation. So kind of as I touched upon earlier, looking for at-risk situations, identifying at-risk. So making sure that we are, one, identifying situations within the home, either virtually at home or virtually through phone assessments. We are then either making sure that the appropriate resources are escalated and confirmed with the member, or through our care concierge, our care concierge and our care navigation support, we will make sure that, let's say an individual doesn't have access to food, we'll connect them to a food resource or a food bank, and we'll close that loop and ensure that this individual now does have access to food. So it is, again, anchored around this SDOH, but we are continuing to expand into that market. We're not looking to get into clinical care or anything within clinical care, but really focus on our core companionship product.
Kind of my last question would be, if someone watching this has never heard of Papa before, where can they find out if they're eligible or maybe get started arranging visits with the Papa Pal?
You can check our website, papa.com, super simple. So you can find out availability there, submit a support form, or you can call our direct hotline at 1-800-348-7951. If you are associated member, you'd be routed to the appropriate hotline. If not, one of our amazing care specialists can help give you that contact information. Additionally, you can call your health planning provider and ask them if Papa has you as a benefit or a solution, as well as check your employer benefits and see if Papa's is part of that suite as well.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I think that covers just about everything. Do you have anything else you'd want to mention?
No, nothing on top of my head. As always, I appreciate having this outreach and be able to communicate as much about Papa. I'm personally biased. I've been with the company for so long, but it is super and incredibly rewarding to get to work for a platform and service that you get to take a step back and see that you're actually impacting the lives of others. I guess just from a personal basis, I love what we do. I love our mission, and I look forward to continue to expand this reach to as many individuals that need it.
I think it's an amazing service, and so I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about it.
Thanks, Ryan. I really appreciate it.